All right, y'all. Let's go over my background a little bit on how I came to this information. Because I noticed that YouTube, it's not on there. And 100% of my videos is on Instagram. YouTube has about 50% of those, okay? And it's missing the foundation points. So if you come in to my YouTube channel, it may be a little deep without some of these other points. You may be lost, or if you don't have enough knowledge of the Bible or the world or the occult or whatever, you may be lost also. Because there was an alarm clock that went off in 2001, and that was your time to wake up. And if you have not been studying and seeking for truth since then, you may be a little lost on these things, okay? So this all started with a hunch. I was being led by the Spirit, okay? The cold storage on the vaccines, that stood out to me. And my spirit told me to look up something about the presidents that matched those degrees, okay? So I did, and a week or two later, that thing I looked up that tied to those presidents happened in the news, okay? So that told me I found something, all right? And before that, I knew about the ATT connections and all this other stuff, okay? Or I knew about the ATT connections, or half of them, right? And then I put together the other half that's on my ATT videos or whatever, tying that into George Floyd in Seattle and all those other things, okay? However, after that, okay? After I got that hunch and put that together and that thing happened, okay, that's when I got my 3 nights of dreams. And those 3 nights of dreams I had, it felt like I didn't sleep during those nights. And every single night, it lasted like all night long. And I was in a black room with no doors. And the room was filled with nothing but white angelic numbers. And they were of all sizes, and they were scrolling up, down, left, right, and they were just everywhere, dude. Everywhere I looked, there was numbers, okay? And then after those 3 nights of dreams of the numbers, my eyes were opened, dude. I can't explain it. Like, everything in this world changed, and I could see the hidden things or whatever, and I didn't know what I was seeing, okay? Because this is all new to me, okay? So the Spirit would show me these numbers and make me focus on one number, right? And then it would have me leave, right? It'd have me and my family leave, and we'd leave for anywhere from 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, okay? And it was just weird timing with the coincidences of timing or whatever, right? But the Lord was putting us in a position to where we were able to do that, okay? So every time the Spirit told me to leave, right? I would pray like, this can't be happening, dude. Like, I got to leave everything and we just got to go to the mountains and do whatever. Or I got to go down to the border, or got to go here, or go wherever, right? Because we did this 6 different times, okay? And every time I left, I would pray and ask for a sign that is out of my control to just tell me to go or whatever, right? And I would get these signs. Like, more than likely, it would be like somebody calling me from a phone call, right? 4 out of 6 times, it was somebody calling me with the date of the day. It was just a random number calling me with that date on the phone number, right? And that would just tell me to go, right? So we would leave. Sometimes it'd be at 6 o'clock at night. Sometimes it'd be in the morning or whatever, right? But we would just go. And when we would go, the Spirit would just rush in information, rush in visions, rush in history stuff that I didn't know, rush in all these pieces of puzzles that I didn't know, and all these things, okay? So all these things were just being brought to me and given to me, and at the same time, during these times, it wasn't the same nights or whatever, but my wife had a night of dreams also, okay? And her night of dreams was of numbers as well. So I had 3 nights of dreams. She had 1 night of dreams. So it wasn't just me, because we took separate cars doing our journey or whatever, and sometimes I'd take a trailer with me or whatever, right? But she would see things also. It just wasn't me, okay? So it's just not one crazy dude. It's 2 crazy people that's having the Spirit tell them to leave, okay? I got visions of other things when I would leave, and I would have I had dreams of other events or whatever, such as the quake and the invasion and these types of things that's coming, okay? So through all this, okay, I'm kind of freaking out, because I've been brainwashed this whole time, my whole life, with whatever everybody else believes, okay? So I'm like thinking that we're going to the mountains in Wyoming and I'm going to be living in a tent or whatever, right? I mean, I got my 3 kids, got 4 now, but we had 3 at the time, and we're just going to the mountains, and we're planning on living in a tent. We're trusting the Lord, because He's telling me to leave. We're leaving. I don't have a clue where we're going, but He's telling me to leave, and every time I leave, He's giving me this information. He's feeding me this information and telling me more and more and more, okay? So after I got all this information, and through the 5 and 6 months these trips lasted, my spirit begins to settle down, because I'm starting to learn from the Spirit what the Spirit was trying to teach me, right? Because the Spirit was just filling me with all this knowledge, and I didn't know what to do with it, kind of thing. So obviously you're just kind of freaking out, because you don't know these things, right? And it's all new to you. So until the mind can actually put it all together, then it's a little unsettling, okay? But now, and also it seemed like when we would travel, like it was like crazy travel, all right? It felt like the world was coming in on us, and it felt like God was sending us into the danger zone, like every single time. Like, you're telling me to leave, you're telling me to go, but it's like I'm going into deeper and deeper water. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then, like, our car would break down in the middle of the night, middle of nowhere. Have to drive through blizzards, have to drive through crazy rainstorms, where you can't even, like, you can only drive like 20, just crazy, like, times. Like, your Spirit's telling you to flee, and like you got to flee in all these worst times to flee or whatever kind of thing. But you just got to do it, right? And it doesn't make any sense other than you know that it's end times. Like, I know it's end times, or like back then, right? Because I saw the stars shone, I saw the peace deals being made, I saw the dawn come in and the trumpets sounding and all these different things happening. Is like, man, I just can't, it's not going with what the Bible's teaching or whatever, right? Because that's the Spirit teaching you. It's the Spirit trying to wake you up, okay? Because the Bible's happening in a parable. And it took me, I mean, even still today, that brainwashing of all this stuff that they teach still affects me, okay? And we have to get past that. I have to get past that, because I know it's all crap doctrines, okay? And it's not going to happen any way the church teaches. And these things are not being taught properly. They're being taught by the God of this world, so we can't see things. So we are delusional. So we are given over and going into the beast, okay? But since then, since the dreams and all these things, and the visions, because I have had dreams and visions after the 3 nights of dreams, it's been an ever-learning time, and I've just been compounding information and compounding knowledge and being able to connect all these different points of reality that I was never able to connect years back, okay? And the things that I try to show y'all and connect to y'all or whatever, That's not me, dude. That's the Spirit talking through me, trying to connect points from y'all, okay? When I speak, I have no clue what I'm going to speak on for the most part. I have the topic, and then I just flow, okay? And a lot of the videos that I make, a lot of those points on connections are just made like live, like right there. I just piece it all together for y'all, okay? So, we can test these things, folks. And the people who can see these things, and the people who have eyes and ears, they are being caught up with the Lord right now, okay? And the other people, they are being left behind. And the church is being left behind. And the church doesn't want to hear that because they think they're going to be raptured out of here. They think they're all the elect and all this other stuff. But the Bible says they're given over to the delusion. It is the tribulation of the church. So if the church is out of here, or if the church is rescued or saved or whatever, okay, then how are they conquered? How are they given over to the delusion? Why is it the elect that are not delusioned? Okay, there's all these questions that they can't answer, that they go around in circles, that they cherry pick, okay? And it's all meant to send you to hell on earth, because earth is where heaven and hell meet. And depending on the conditions, depending on the times, depending on the age of man, will depend on if it is a hell on earth or if it's a heaven on earth, okay? And it's that simple. And the time is now to awaken, folks, okay? But I believe that I've received these dreams and this knowledge because I've asked for it since a teenager, okay? And I have believed the words of the Bible since a teenager, since a boy. When they told me that in times that I would see Jesus in my lifetime if I saw Israel become a nation, okay? I know those words. I believe those words. And when I heard the millennium started, I knew the return of Jesus was right around the corner. And it's just always stuck out to me, like he's going to come 33 years or whatever after that, or sometime around that time frame. And now we're actually at that time frame, and we're all there, folks, okay? And the people cannot see it, and it's made that way, okay? They're looking for the physical sign. The Jews look for the physical sign. The Jews today are the inward Jew. The inward Jew. The inward you. The inward Jew, the Christian, is looking for all the physical signs. The only physical sign they are going to get is the star and the peace deal. And those have already been shown. And Biden has already served his 3.5-year reign, starting in 2019, when he started to come up into power and make you worship the first beast who had the head wound on Twitter, okay? And y'all are all lost, and you're all going into the pit right now, and all your preachers are doing live sermons from the bottomless pit, and they have zero discernment, and they're all guiding you into the worship of the beast. And you don't understand these things because you don't understand the Bible in front of you. You don't understand the return of Lucifer. You don't understand the new age that has crept in since the 70s. The new age has worked its way in since the 70s, folks. And y'all still don't get it, okay? It's very mind-blowing about how stupid people are, okay? They're not ignorant, they're just stupid, okay? And they're beast man. And they're getting more stupid and more stupid as they come out of the womb earlier and earlier, because the brains are not fully cooked, all right? It's very simple, folks. We'll end it there.